In the dead of a Wyoming winter, a bounty hunter and his prisoner find shelter in a cabin currently inhabited by a collection of nefarious characters. This is our review of the Hateful Eight.
Nefarious, you say?
Okay, everybody, hear this. I'm taking this woman to hang. Reward's $10,000. That money's mine, boys.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on! You think I'm in cahoots with that fella or her?
That's my problem, boy. I don't know.
What's up, Film Fiends? My name is Prodigy.
And I'm Ivan.
And we're here to discuss Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight.
So we saw this movie when it came out limited release. We saw the special roadshow engagement.
Special roadshow engagement.
The one that was shot in 70mm.
Yeah, this is the booklet that we got from it. They were handing these out to everybody, which is pretty dope. It was, the whole experience itself as a whole is definitely something that was different. That alone was something that like heightened the experience.
It was. Right before the movie started, there was actually an overture. So pretty much there was music playing, and that was telling everybody pretty much to get ready for the movie. The movie is about to start.
To see this movie in the roadshow engagement, like this was like almost hardcore type film fans, because you had to go out of your way to see this if you were lucky enough to have this movie playing in anywhere around your area. In our location, there was only one theater, and in our whole surrounding theater that had it. So everybody that was there knew it was there because they had it. And you knew that. You could tell because while we're watching, just the environment, people
right when they said Quentin Tarantino's 8th film.
Oh, even when they said on the screen when it said 70mm, there was one guy just 70mm. The movie's clocking in just under 3 hours. It's like 2 hours and 47 minutes.
If you're gonna see this movie, make sure you bring your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, this movie has a lot of history behind it. This is Quentin Tarantino's second Western, I believe, after Django. And yeah, so originally he writes it, somebody leaks the script out, Quentin ends up having like a huge meltdown, and he's just like, forget it, I'm done, fuck it, it's not gonna happen. He was trying to pursue legal actions, all this stuff. It was a big blow up eventually. After some like time, he cooled off a little bit. He got some of the people that he was planning on playing in this movie, like Sam Jackson and some others, to actually read from the script, and they had like another special engagement somewhere, and they had people pay to basically go over there and watch them perform this, or at least read it, do like a script reading, like a live script reading from it. And then after after that got positive reviews, I guess a little bit more time had passed, and Quentin cooled off enough. He apparently changed some things in the script, and what we got was this movie finally.
And this movie has a lot of dialogue.
As any Quentin Tarantino movie.
That is true. But the thing is, with Quentin Tarantino, I've always enjoyed his dialogue, because maybe there might not be no action going on, but he can still keep you intrigued with what these characters are saying to one another. A lot of racism in this movie too.
A whole lot of racism for the beginning. It's not necessarily quite as much as Django, but it's still there. You get everywhere from blacks, to whites, to Mexicans, to just like the whole
we hit everything.
Era.
He hit everything on this movie.
Everything. All I gotta say is that for it to happen back then in a Western, I am sure glad that we no longer have that problem nowadays. Nope.
Definitely not.
We are way past that. America. One of the first things though that you notice is the whole how it's shot, the 70mm. You see so much. Again, it was like a winter theme, just the whole snow. It does look gorgeous, I gotta say that. But it starts off also really slow. So this is one of these movies that you do have to have like patience.
It does take time, because before anything really happens, or before they arrive to where they need to arrive, it's about 45 minutes into the movie, I want to say.
It's just about, there's a lot of talking, but as Quentin Tarantino normally does, though, it's just how he writes it, though. It's interesting. It's interesting talk.
Very interesting.
Like, you want to just sit there and like you're totally cool.
He's the only director that could keep me intrigued in dialogue for that long.
Because after the storm is coming, they gotta say the Minnie's haberdashery. And that's pretty much where the rest of the film is going to take place once they get in there. Then you meet the rest of the characters who's already staying there, and then at that point it becomes more like a mystery dinner show.
It does. It really did play out like that.
Who to trust, who not to trust. So yeah, you're sitting down and you're just trying to figure out who they say they are, who's not who they say they are. You know, just about everybody is holding a secret back.
Now, Minnie's Haberdashery, this is where we actually meet some more of our characters in this movie. We got Tim Roth as Oswaldo. We have General Sandy Smithers.
Yes, the Confederate General.
Confederate, yes.
Bob the Mexican.
Great name.
Joe Cage is another one.
Joe Cage, that's
also
right.
known as the Cowpuncher.
The Cowpuncher. Does he really punch cows?
All these characters are great on their own right. I ended up really enjoying Tim Roth's Oswald. Like,
Yes.
just the way how he talked and everything.
It was
Like,
great.
I loved every time that he talked. Oh, I have to continue talking and sharing his stories. But I like by far, and Kurt Russell, of course,
As a hangman.
Yeah, see, he's always in there. He's Kurt freaking Russell.
He's exactly.
So
Kurt freaking Russell.
This is probably the best Sam Jackson has been in a Tarantino movie by far, definitely.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
really up there with Django though, but everything he was given,
He played this character
work with,
to the T.
he was the
great.
most enjoyable, most entertaining the entire time. You could not just help but just like smile every time that he was going.
Yeah, this is also when he starts speaking to the general. This scene is just it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that it's crazy.
You'll know exactly the scene that we're talking about. There's this, you can say, this lengthy, long, extended, thick, extracted, prolonged, just heavy, veiny conversation
Yes.
that just goes on and on, and the longer it goes, the funnier it gets.
This had to be probably one of my favorite scenes of the movie.
It is. It had everybody in our theater cracking up.
I was laughing. I was laughing so hard I did not expect it.
It's just that Sam Jackson,
especially that end shot. Oh my gosh!
He paints this most visual picture with his words, just about like you could ever get. It's so good.
This movie did have the good old Quentin Tarantino over the top, blood, heads exploding,
balls to the walls.
Yeah,
like really,
literally.
like that's balls to the walls. In some aspects, yes. Literally, you get some just like real ball busters there for sure. That's for sure.
You do.
Django is still my favorite Tarantino movie. It didn't quite beat Django, but it's definitely an enjoyable ride. But you do have to be a Tarantino fan for sure, and you do have to have patience for it to pay off. Because it's if you get bored easily, you're gonna be waiting a while before
you're not gonna enjoy the
action
movie
starts.
if you do get bored easily.
Because it's so long and like the first act takes so long before we actually get to that violence, it does almost kind of come out of nowhere.
It does.
Like when
once that chapter starts, it starts.
Yeah,
it starts going.
We didn't expect it. Like we're just sitting over there, and then when it happens, like we're both like, "Oh damn!"
So what would you rate it?
I'm gonna go ahead and give this one. I'm probably gonna give it about a 7.5.
Yeah, and I will agree with you on that. A 7.5 for me, and it just basically boils down to the movie being long, and it just taking a little bit too long for everything to get going. It's
hard too nowadays to try to even sell a Western. It's almost like in a way that Westerns are slowly coming back from it now, and Quentin's definitely one of those people trying to push for that. It seems like, because you don't necessarily see that as much, so it's nice to see that aspect, to see the old school type of genre kind of almost come back in a resurgence, so to speak, and make its way back and get appreciated. And not
I definitely appreciate it.
And it takes a filmmaker probably like Quentin Tarantino to put it on that pedestal to make people turn their heads to see this, and hopefully opening up doors for other filmmakers to go ahead and go back and try to build upon this classic type of style of a movie or genre.
Well, guys, that's a review of The Hateful Eight.
And if you enjoyed us two schmucks rambling on about this movie, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm Prodigy.
And I'm Ivan. Until then, keep fiending.
Oh, God, jeez, really?
You like that one?
No.
I think that one actually
Stop.
works. How we got 2 black shirts?
True.
And it's red. Alright, you ready?
You're the one that decided we're fucking Star
Oh, what
Wars
the
or
fuck,
Hateful Eight.
I don't know. Fuck it. I'm a nerd.